Hello guys, this is the second lecture in this video series. In this lecture we will understand why do we use ranges. And this is, I think, one of the most important topic, and a lot of people, they are confused. Why do we use ranges? Market structure is very complex with higher highs and higher lows. It's too difficult to anticipate every move in the market. In textbooks, higher highs and higher lows appear very simple. But in reality, there is structure within structure, like layers of an onion. This complexity makes it challenging to organize everything in a way that is easy to understand without using ranges. Ranges help us determine which swing points to use when marking the structure or range, and which swing points are not structural points on that given time frame, but are instead related to the liquidity. And we will talk about this liquidity in upcoming lectures. This is where the concept of ranges comes into play. By defining rules to mark the ranges, we can view the market in an organized way, properly identifying higher highs and higher lows for ranges rather than marking every higher high and higher low as a part of range. Okay, let's see some examples. In this example, rather we mark the proper ranges, we check the traditional market structure. So if the market have the high, and this is the lower high, and then lower low, lower high, and lower low, lower high, this is a lower low, lower high, and this is a lower low, then what happened? The price took this high. So for someone, from here to here, this was the range. This range is taken out. Why? Because the price closed above this structural point. And now this is, for him, is the market structure shift. And now he wanna buy on the pullback, and maybe looking for buy into this area, and then the price takes out his low, and then this is the low. Now this is the lower high, lower low, lower high, and then similarly this is the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and lower low, and then price takes out this one also. And now if he wanna buy somewhere from here, the price will take out again, and then similarly this is the another structural point which is also taken out. So in this case, what I want to explain, actually, the market have so many lower lows and lower highs, and the price takes these lower lows and lower highs. So how we know that which structural point we will take and which structural point we have to avoid, rather than to call it as a major structural point? So here the ranges concepts comes into play, because a lot of structural points which we think is a market structure shift based on the traditional markings, but in fact that is just the liquidity. We call this one, this liquidity, as an internal range liquidity. So rather we change our bias, we expect that the internal range liquidity is taken out, and we are looking for external range liquidity, something like this. So let's see, if we mark the proper ranges, then how this looks like. Look, if this is the high and this is the low, this is the structural point, if you see here, it is coming something like this. So this is the structural point. Even this one also is taken out. So rather than we call this as a market structure shift, in this strategy we call this the internal range liquidity is taken out. And then we are looking for external range liquidity, and the price makes another external range liquidity, and this is what we call the breakup structure. And then what happens? We have different structural points which is never taken out, and then we have this structural point which is taken out. Now we have the range from here to here, and we know that all these structural points, if the price takes, these are all just the liquidity, and we will not turn bullish until the price takes out this high. Rather than traditionally, if someone says this is a structural point and this is a market structure shift, and now the range is from here, and then looking for buy somewhere from here, and rather than to go long, the price just failed. So you see that this was not a buy. In fact, in our strategy, this was a sell. So we have the range from here to here, and price can take this all internal range liquidity, but we will not turn our bias. We are still seller. Let's say the price is going higher, something like this, and takes out all this liquidity. We are still seller because we have the range from here to here. But look, if someone is not using the ranges, then how many structural points the market is taken? And someone will say, okay, the first structural point is taken out. Okay, I want a little bit more confirmation. Let this structural point also be taken out, then I will go long. And what market does? The market takes out this structural point as well, this one. And now they say, okay, now I'm confirmed that the market made the second higher low. This is the first higher low and second higher low. Now give me a pullback so I can buy. But in reality, he is in a bearish range, and rather than to buy here, we are looking for sell here. Okay, so and then what we have, the market makes another breakup structure, and then we have multiple structural points here, and then we have the low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and the price takes this structural point. So this structural point, this one, and this one, this is all liquidity, what we call the internal range liquidity. So we will not go long until the price takes out this high, and this is our protected high, or we call this as a strong high. Why? Because this strong high and this strong high, they are getting protected, and weak lows, this one and this one, these are being taken out. So we are not going long until the strong high is taken out. And then rather than we buy, we are a seller. And what we are looking for? Simple market structure. We are looking for a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So if this is the range, we are looking for another lower low. And then if that is the range, we are simply looking for another lower low. And then if this is the range from here to here, we are simply looking for another lower low, same like this. But the point is where we will sell. So I will explain this in our upcoming lectures, but at this moment I'm just explaining that how you have to mark the structure correctly, so you don't fall in trap that which structural point is to be taken out and which structural point is the liquidity. Because if you take all structural points as the market structure shift, then a lot of time you will become the liquidity, because that is not the market structure shift. The market is just taking the liquidity and then just continuation. Okay, thank you.